Alright guys, today we got the Pistelle X68. We got the dual drums from ADN Paintball. I just mounted two of them back to back. They hold 25 rounds each, but I've only got about 20 in each because I'm using heavy rounds. Not trying to overload the spring, but yeah, we're just going to do an HPA test. I don't know if this 9 CI is going to be enough. Might need 11 CI, but yeah, I'm not too sure, so we'll figure it out. I don't know what we get. Alright, so alright, so that's 20. I'm just gonna set this spring. Yeah, it looks okay. We got all 20 out of a 9 CI out of a 9 CI tank. Alrighty, so here I'll go. Alright, so I'll pick the balls up later, the ones that come out. But yeah, the power obviously goes down there. 11 CI, a 13 CI tank would be perfect. I don't know, maybe a 10 CI. But yeah, you can see those last, I don't know, 10 shots. You can see them, they're coming out slower. But, here, let me put this on the bipod. I don't understand. I just want to explain some stuff here. Like, do you see that spring I had come out? Like, I don't have the correct springs. I'm about to place an order for some springs, but if you noticed, or you won't notice, but you will now, I wasn't using any follower on this. So, basically, it was just a raw spring. See how I got it there? The problem is, see how my spring extrudes now? Like, same with that one shot out, but that one's got the follower on it. But, like when you pull it out of the drum, it don't matter. It just, the spring goes flying anyway. So you just pull it down and then switch it around. But what I'm going to do is I'm going to order a stiff spring. I think this is a 7mm wire. I'm going to order a 1mm thick wire. So it's really stiff. And then that way, see how it's winding all the way in there? It's going to come and it's going to end right here. So that way, when I pull it out of the mag, it's not going to shoot out with spring power. But even if it does, you just pull it out, and on your way out, you just grab it and throw it on the ground, and then you just eject that one back in. But, yeah, so until I mean, some people won't like that, but if you're just going to unload a magazine and quickly change it, I mean, I don't think he's going to be standing there after a full mag. But anyways, if he is, it's still, you can quick swap and it's not going to be in the way. But you can see here, guys, like, they load in perfectly. It's just fine. But the problem is, though, if you don't count your shots doing this method, the spring will come up in the barrel on your last shot when you're empty. And then if you pull the trigger again, the bolt will come and it'll cut your spring in half. And it could cause a little jam. But, yeah, so I'm going to get the spring to come up. I'm going to find the perfect spring. Still, I'm going to order a bunch of different thicknesses and I'll find the right setting here. But, like, even with this as is, it's still doable. But for me, like, I'm comfortable with it myself. Others won't be. But, I'm just impressed that a 9 CI tank shot all 40 of these rounds. So I'm going to shorten this right here. Like, I'm going to cut that knob off. And then I have an idea to bring it up a little bit closer. And I have another idea for fitting in here. So I could probably bring it back just enough to get the 13 CI in. Or I can always use a short. I have a couple shorter Asianos I can also click, but this one degasses, so I like this. Like me personally, I'm not going to use a dual drum. I'm going to take this apart. This was just for a fun factor video. I mean, you don't need 40 shots at 50 joules. I mean, yeah, sure, it's great if you got a few people come in your house at once, like 3 people. You want to have enough ammo. Like these little 6-shooters, if 2 people come in your house and you miss, and I just don't think a 6-shooter is enough. 6 or 7, under 10 shots. I just don't think it's enough for multiple attackers. I mean, it's hard to say, man. Everything's speculation until shit happens, right? But that's why we do all these tests. It just gives you an idea of what we're working with, and you know what I mean? Like people, we all shooting ourselves and stuff. It just gives you an idea. Like before with these tests where all these guys, we were all shooting ourselves, people were thinking that 16 joules would punch right into the... There was a video where a guy shot a guy in the forearm, I don't know, at about maybe 15 feet or so, and it like literally embedded all the way in underneath, and he popped it out. Like I said, it was a 68 cal ball. But guys, back when we first, these little groups were started, they were thinking that was 16 joules, and then I knew for a fact that wasn't true, so that's why I went and shot myself, and with the 20 and 25 and 38, and I mean, if that was 16 joules, that 30 would have punched into my heart. You know what I mean? Like, anyways, but yeah. So the whole point is 25 rounds. I don't think you're gonna need more than that. But yeah, like some guys are tough, but you'll start breaking their bones and damaging bones at that. So I don't care how tough you are. When you have broken bones, you're rendered useless. But yeah, guys. Yeah, all I did with this drum here, like I can make clips, like metal clips to hold this together, but yeah, this is just a fun factor drum, guys. So what I'm going to do now is, I'm just going to take it off. I'm comfortable with just one drum, so. All this was, guys, was a big long strip of Gorilla Tape holding that in. See it? Solid. That'll never come undone. You don't need metal clips with this stuff. Yeah, see how the spring comes out like that after your rounds? But yeah, so I'm just going to find a spring, a stiff enough spring that's long enough. Like this is 2 springs in here. So I'm either going to get the right size or just one long one. And that way when you pull the magazine out, the spring will stop right there, right? It won't protrude up into the bolt. But, yeah, guys. That's the X68. Wow, I can't believe that. So, that tells me that we definitely have full power. We're going to have full 1100 PSI. So, we'll have right around 55 joules, 51, 55 joules, all the way down to the bottom of the drum. And we'll still have lots of air left over. But, yeah, guys, y'all stay safe, take care, and have fun, guys.